After the clean-up, the channel runs smooth and clear. Small fry are encouraged to return. The young gobies are now the size of a fingernail, 10 times as big as they were. The hatchlings from the village have spent 2 months feeding on Lake Biwa's planktons. They press on upstream. No obstacle deters them, not even vertical walls. Inland, the channel narrows, and ahead lies something only too keen to greet them. It's a Japanese keelback. It feeds on fish, which is unusual for terrestrial snakes. Brown keelback catches the lazy goby. Those who escape continue their travels upstream. They must avoid herons and carnivorous fish, too. The little gobies must find somewhere safe from ambushes. They bump into a row of fence posts. Inside are carp, which won't attack them. It's the channel that carries away the household's used water. It's 5 days since the gobies first laid eggs in the village channel. The male is still around. He's very protective, keeping predators away and taking great care of his offspring. Golden eyes peer out of the egg capsules. They're ready to break out. The anxious father fans them, keeping them oxygenated. The newly hatched young are barely the size of a match head. Tiny as they are, they're about to embark on a journey. They will ride the current the 2 kilometres to Lake Biwa. There they will feed on the abundant plankton. The barren canal teems with hidden life. As spring gives way to early summer, aquatic plants reach for the sun. This one takes its name from the tree flower it resembles, the plum flower underwater buttercup. This little stickleback has no scales and can only live in the clearest of fresh water. It normally prefers cold northern currents. This is the furthest south it's found. The channel also harbours some strange-looking creatures. Brook lampreys, primitive jawless fish that resemble eels. A river crab discovers just how slippery lampreys are. The channel through the village is home to creatures large and small. Like this variety of freshwater goby, a small fish about as long as a little finger. The villagers call it the tiny mud crawler. A male is busy excavating a breeding site. The even bottom supplies a perfect hidey hole. As always, the best locations are highly sought after. Here comes another male. He'd like to move in. And he's prepared to fight for it. Both do all they can to look threatening. Opening their mouths and erecting their dorsal fins to look bigger. It's a victory for the sitting tenant. There's another goby behind him. She's hanging upside down and she's laying eggs. The victory over the den gave her a place to spawn in safety. A world filled with tiny lives. Each single reed stem is a microcosm. Tiny organisms called pseudoplankton live on their surface. Forests of tentacles reach out to seize organic material. Earlier, in spring, young carp hatched in the flooded fields. They stay there for about 3 months. The reed beds are their nurseries, where they have plenty to eat and are concealed from predatory birds. An infant fish meets a sudden end. It's been grabbed. The attacker is the larva of Japan's largest dragonfly. This aggressive ambusher hides in sand or gravel. Only its head protrudes as it lies in wait for its prey. Its correct name is the golden-ringed dragonfly. But to the Japanese, and to Sangoro, in its adult form, it's the king of dragonflies. The Japanese describe tight-knit relationships as being as close as water and fish, intimate and inseparable. Like the pool and its little refugee. The goby sits in a quiet corner, waiting for spring.